In June 1947, a radio operator somewhere in the Strait of Malacca picked up a garbled transmission. No ship name at first, just static and a voice fighting through it. Then in Morse code, a message that would outlive every person who heard it. All officers, including the captain, dead. Lying in chart room and on bridge. Probably whole crew dead. A pause, more static. Then one more line. I die. And then, nothing. The ship was called the Ourang Medan. What the rescue crews found on board would become one of the strangest stories in maritime history, if it happened at all. Because here's the twist. This might be the one mystery on this channel where the ship itself may never have existed. The Strait of Malacca has always been one of the busiest, most dangerous shipping corridors on Earth. Hundreds of vessels a day, squeezed into a channel barely wide enough for two ships to pass safely. Pirates, storms, reefs, sailors here were used to danger. But nothing prepared the crews nearby for what came over the radio that day. Several ships picked up the same signal, including an American freighter, the Silver Star. Its crew triangulated the source and set a course to investigate, expecting to find a wreck, a fire, maybe survivors clinging to wreckage. What they found instead was a ship that looked from a distance almost peaceful. The Ourang Medan sat dead in the water, engines off, lights out. No smoke, no distress flares, no one visible on deck. Not even a lookout, just a silhouette, rocking gently against the horizon as if it was sleeping. They hailed it by radio. Nothing. They signaled by light. Nothing. So a boarding party rowed over and climbed aboard a ship that by every account since, they wished they'd never boarded. The first body was on deck, then another, then the bridge. According to the story passed down through Ripley's and countless retellings since, the crew of the Ourang Medan were found exactly where they'd fallen, on their backs, faces turned up toward the sky, mouths open, eyes wide. Not in pain, in terror, as if every one of them had been looking at the same thing when they died. Even the ship's dog was found the same way, frozen mid-snarl, teeth bared at something none of them could see. The radio operator was still at his post, fingers resting on the transmitting key, as if he died mid-sentence, still trying to finish the call for help. And here's the detail that convinces people this wasn't poison gas or panic or mutiny. There wasn't a mark on any of them. No blood, no wounds, no signs of a struggle. Whatever killed the crew of the Ourang Medan didn't fight them. It simply arrived and they were gone. The boarding party didn't stay long. According to the accounts, the air below decks was unnaturally cold. Cold enough that some of the men refused to go further into the ship. They'd seen enough. They cut the towline preparations short. And as they pulled away, deciding what to do next, the story takes its final, strangest turn. Smoke began pouring from the Ourang Medan's hold. Within minutes, it wasn't a fire anymore. It was an explosion. One violent enough, according to witnesses, to lift the entire ship out of the water before it broke apart and sank. No wreckage worth recovering, no bodies retrieved, no nameplate hauled up as proof. The ship that had just delivered one of the eeriest distress calls in maritime history didn't just sink, it disappeared, taking every possible answer down with it, which left investigators, journalists, and armchair detectives for the next 8 decades with exactly one puzzle and 0 physical evidence. So, what killed the crew of the Ourang Medan? Theory 1: chemical cargo. A German researcher named Theodor Seersdorfer dug up a 1953 book, claiming the Ourang Medan was secretly hauling wartime chemical stockpiles, potassium cyanide, nitroglycerin, maybe both. If true, a leak could explain everything. The crew dying without a mark on them, suffocated by gas that dissipated before the boarding party arrived, and the volatile cargo finally igniting in the hold hours later. It's the tidiest explanation. Poison first, explosion second. Theory 2. Piracy. Some early tellings floated the idea of a pirate attack in the strait, a route notorious for exactly that. But this theory struggles against the evidence. Pirates leave wounds. Pirates leave stolen cargo, force locks, signs of a fight. The Ourang Medan had none of that. Theory 3. It never existed at all. This is the one that makes the Ourang Medan different from every other ship on this channel. Lloyd's Register, the organization that has logged essentially every merchant vessel since 1764, has no record of a ship by this name. No flag registry, no shipping manifest, no insurance claim, no official incident report from Dutch, American, or British maritime authorities, despite the story claiming ships of all three nationalities picked up the distress call. The earliest known source for the whole story is a single newspaper account, and even the witness quoted in it, a survivor named Silvio Scott, sometimes called Jerry Rabbit depending on the telling, has no verifiable existence outside that one article, which raises the real question this video has been building to. Maritime historians are split. Some believe the Ourang Medan is a genuine incident, garbled and exaggerated across 70 years of retelling, until the details no longer match any real ship or registry. Others believe it's a total fabrication, a Cold War era, pulp horror story that escaped its original newspaper column and got treated as history because it was retold with just enough technical detail to sound credible. And a smaller number believe something in between. That the story is a conflation. Real ships did vanish in the Strait of Malacca during and after the war. Real crews did die of chemical exposure from undeclared wartime cargo. It's possible the Ourang Medan legend is a composite, pieces of several real, quieter tragedies, stitched into one unforgettable ghost story because the truth, scattered across a dozen forgotten shipping accidents, was never going to travel as far as a single terrifying tale. Maybe that's the real answer. Not a ghost ship, not a cover-up, just the ocean's oldest trick, taking real tragedies and letting the retelling turn them into something stranger than what actually happened. We may never know if the Ourang Medan was real. But for almost 80 years, people have kept telling her story as if she was. And maybe that's its own kind of haunting. If you've made it this far, you're exactly the kind of person who'd have boarded that ship to see for yourself. Let me know in the comments. Do you think the Ourang Medan was real, or one of history's best ghost stories? And if you want the next mystery in your feed, subscribe, because there's a lot more ocean left to search.